Two apex predators, two worlds colliding. One question: if the ocean's deadliest hunter, the great white shark, invaded the territory of Earth's largest living reptile, the saltwater crocodile, who would survive? This isn't just a battle of teeth and muscle, it's a clash of 200 million years of evolution. Strap in, because today we dive into the ultimate showdown, where science meets primal fury. By the end of this series, you'll learn why even Jurassic Park couldn't dream up a fight this raw, and why the answer isn't as simple as you think. Let's rewind the clock. The saltwater crocodile, a direct descendant of dinosaurs, has dominated rivers and coastlines for over 10 million years. Its design, flawless, armor-like scales, a bite force of 3,700 pounds per square inch, strong enough to crush a skull like a grape. And then there's the great white shark, a marvel of oceanic engineering. 400 million years of evolution have fine-tuned this predator into a 20-foot, 5,000-pound torpedo of death. Its teeth, serrated daggers. Its speed, 35 miles per hour in short bursts. But here's the kicker. These two have never shared a battlefield until now. Evolution gave crocs the ultimate ambush toolkit. Sharks, they became the ocean's perfect hunters. But in a face-off, biology alone won't decide the winner. Let's break down their killer resumes. First, the saltwater croc, up to 23 feet, 2,200 pounds. Weapons: bone-crushing jaws, death roll maneuver, armored hide. Weakness: limited stamina, short bursts of energy. Now, the great white, 20-plus feet, 5,000-plus pounds. Weapons: razor teeth, electroreception, explosive speed. Weakness: vulnerable gills, needs constant movement to breathe. The croc's ambush game is unmatched. It lurks unseen, strikes with terrifying precision, and drags prey into a watery grave. But the great white? It's the ocean's T-Rex. It doesn't stalk, it owns the hunt. One bite can sever a sea lion in half. But put these two in the same arena, and suddenly it's a game of chess. With teeth. Let's set the stage. Shallow, murky waters where rivers meet the sea. The croc's home turf. Here, the shark loses its speed advantage. One lunge from the croc, and those jaws could clamp down on the shark's torso. But wait, the great white isn't helpless. Its skin is lined with dermal denticles, sharper than sandpaper. A death roll might shred the croc's mouth, and if the shark retaliates, a single bite could puncture the croc's lungs. But here's the twist. In 2023, a fisherman captured rare footage, a saltwater croc ambushing a bull shark. Notice how the croc attacks from below, exploiting the shark's blind spot. But a great white is triple the size. Would the same strategy work, or would the shark's raw power dominate? Here's what most miss. This fight isn't just about strength. Crocs are calculating. They study prey for days. Great whites? They're curious, using test bites to assess threats. In a prolonged duel, the croc's patience might outwit the shark's reflexes. But if the shark lands the first hit, game over. Who has the edge? Don't go anywhere. In part 2, we'll dissect their hunting tactics, secret weapons, and the one environment where this fight could turn apocalyptic. Ambush versus speed, the art of killing. Last time we left off with a question: can patience overpower instinct? Let's dive deeper. The saltwater crocodile is the ultimate ambush artist. It doesn't chase, it waits, motionless for hours, blending into logs or murk until snap. Its strike lasts less than a second, but with 3,700 pounds per square inch of force, it's like getting hit by a car. Once those jaws lock, the croc's signature move kicks in. The death roll, a brutal spin designed to disorient, drown, and dismember prey. But here's the catch. This move burns energy fast. Against a 5,000-pound shark, one missed roll could spell doom. Now, the great white shark, nature's guided missile. It doesn't ambush, it charges. Using electroreception, it detects a heartbeat from miles away. Then, with a burst of 35 miles per hour speed, it strikes from below, jaws wide. Its teeth aren't just sharp, they're replaceable. Lose one in battle, another slides forward like a conveyor belt of blades. But sharks have a fatal flaw: their gills. Unlike crocs, they can't breathe if they stop moving. In shallow water, a croc could pin a shark down and suffocate it. But wait, there's a wild card. Great whites are ambush predators too. Ever seen a shark breach? They launch their entire bodies out of water to catch seals. Imagine that power directed at a croc. One vertical strike and the shark could bisect the reptile before it reacts. But crocs aren't naive. They've fought sharks before. Bull sharks, tigers sharks. They know to attack the underbelly, the gills, the eyes. So who's smarter, who's faster, and who's hungrier? In part 3, we'll crack open their biology, bite force versus cutting power, armor versus agility, and reveal which predator is built to win the war. The anatomy of a killer, bite force versus cutting power. Imagine a sword fighting a sledgehammer. That's the great white versus the saltwater croc. Let's dissect their deadliest tools. The croc's bite force is legendary, 3,700 pounds per square inch, stronger than a T-Rex. Its jaws are built to clamp and crush, not slice. Perfect for turtles, buffalo, even sharks. But here's the irony. Those jaws are weak at opening. Tie them shut with duct tape, and the croc is helpless. Now the great whites bite only 4,000 newtons of force, way less than the croc. But force isn't the point. Its teeth are the true killers. Serrated triangular blades designed to slice flesh like a butcher's knife. A single bite can remove 30 pounds of meat, and with a mouthful of 300 teeth, the shark doesn't need a second chance. But anatomy isn't just about offense. The croc's armor is a biological masterpiece. Osteoderms, bony plates under its scales, act like a bulletproof vest. Even a tiger shark's teeth struggle to pierce it. The great white? Its skin is no weakling either. Dermal denticles, tiny tooth-like scales, make it feel like sandpaper. Rub against it wrong, and you'll bleed out. Yet both have soft underbellies. The croc's belly lacks osteoderms. The shark's gills and eyes are vulnerable. In a fight, the first predator to exploit these weaknesses wins. But here's the kicker. The croc's brain is twice the size of the shark's. It can problem solve, remember, adapt. The shark? Pure instinct. No mercy, no strategy, just hunger. So who's the true apex? The answer? Both. The croc rules the shallows. The shark owns the deep. But if forced to fight, it's not about who's stronger. It's about who's hungrier. And in nature, hunger always wins. Thanks for joining this brutal journey. Smash that like button if you'd bet on the croc, or subscribe if you're number Team Shark. Until next time, stay wild.